Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're at in the world. Today, Saturday, June 7th, we are back for another My Mortgage Hound live down at the coast. Last day of school for a lot of the kids was yesterday. So my daughter, last day of school, so we got in the truck and drove down to the beach last night. Went out to a graduation end of the year dinner. Got a couple graduations to go to next week. Always a fun time of year. And as soon as the graduations are over, home shopping is going to get busy. Because just as fast as school ends, it starts again. So everyone wants to get in before the end of summer, before school starts. So I have 3 homes we're going to look at today. We're going to be spending most of our time in Camas, Washougal today. So if you guys are looking in that area, today is your lucky day. We're going to go over some housekeeping items here in a minute. This week's been rough on interest rates, I'm not going to lie. We had a little bit of reprieve on Wednesday and then rates shot back up, so we're going to look at that as well. Today we're going to look at our White House screen where we can look at interest rates from the election all the way through today, what that's doing to people's borrowing power, home affordability, all that good stuff. All right, if you are here watching, say hi in the chat. We're going to start things with some housekeeping. Let's go market statistics. So every week, Gavin Huckins over at Berkshire Hathaway sends over our market statistics. The lockbox activity report wasn't ready for today. I know you guys really like that report, so we'll have to save that for next week. But in Clark County, Southwest Washington, new listings 263. That's up 13%, and we put 204 homes. Good morning, Nuva. In contract. I love this number. I have a feeling we may have a not soft, not a buyer's market, but we have inventory, which is going to make this busy buying season this summer. It's going to make it interesting. There's going to be room to negotiate. Homes are going to sit longer than a weekend, right? And people aren't used to that. People aren't used to having their house sit for 3 weeks before they get an offer. So we may see that time on market extend a little bit. There might be a little bit of room to negotiate. So we're going to dive into some of that on the stream this morning. How do I structure an offer where maybe I'm negotiating a little bit, but I don't want to insult the sellers, and I don't want to lose out on the house, but I still want to negotiate. So we got some tactics we're going to go over this morning. And then 181 listings closed. So homes that were pending, were in contract, are now closed. So very healthy market going into June here. Let's take a look at interest rates. Again, rough week on interest rates. 30-year fixed back up to 6.97. I don't think we're going to break that ceiling of 7% next week, but we're awful close to it. Our government loans, FHA, 6.47. We've been trying desperately to break through that 6% floor. Now we're back up to that 6.47, 6.5 on VA. Our jumbo loans, 7.02, so any loan amount over $802,650 is considered a jumbo loan. Man, look at that spread. Basically, the rates are the same for a jumbo loan compared to a conventional conforming loan amount. Something we haven't seen. It's been getting pretty close, within 1/8%, but man, I'm going to just call that the same. So if you are in that jumbo loan market, that's really good news. All right. You guys ready to dive into our homes? We're going to start. So Diana Rutherford, one of my favorite people in general, but an excellent real estate agent, sent me over a couple listings. So we're going to start with hers. And I kind of think this is going to be the hot price point. for our move-up buyers, not necessarily first-time home buyers, but 630 is within reach for a lot of first-time home buyers. We're going to 867 West Lookout Ridge Drive in Washougal, 4 beds, 3 baths, 1,951 square feet, listed for $630,000. Built in 2002, sits on a 7,000 square foot lot. Again, this is listed by Diana Rutherford over at Realty One. Diana, if you're on the stream, say hi to everybody. All right, let's see what Diana has to say. This 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath in Washougal comes with the brag-worthy bonus of Camas Schools, a brand new roof that was installed the first week of May. Very specific date on the roof. May of 2025. The primary suite is on the main floor, featuring an ensuite bathroom and a spacious closet. Upstairs, 3 additional bedrooms provide rooms for guests, kids, or that home office you've been planning for. 4 bedrooms is hot. If 4 bedrooms is going to be hot this summer, a lot of people, a lot of families, people starting families are going to want that 4th bedroom. And what Diana says here, maybe you need a 3-bedroom plus an office. The updated kitchen is a showstopper with sleek appliances, modern finishes, and plenty of counter space. Perfect for your next cooking adventure. The open concept living and dining areas flow beautifully with a cozy fireplace for those PNW nights. Outside, enjoy a backyard ready for barbecues, pets, or just soaking up the fresh air and sitting in the hot tub. Great, we got a hot tub. Parks, trails, and city convenience nearby. This home is a rare find. So we looked at a Washougal home yesterday on our daily home of the day, and it was quite a ways out in Washougal. And Washougal is a lot closer than it used to be. So you can see we're kind of on that border of Camas there, which I believe this home is in the Camas School District. So you're technically in Washougal, but you can almost call this a Camas home. All right, let's look at some pictures. So this home was built in 2002. The paint looks fresh on the outside. The roof looks like it's in good shape. You have some low maintenance landscaping. You can come in here and clean this up. This picture looks like it was taken before spring. It'd be interesting to see how the landscaping is blooming now that we're in spring, late spring. Nice front patio there, covered. That's kind of interesting. So you have steps up to the front porch and then steps down the back. To go down the side of the house. It's kind of interesting. Okay, so here's our entry. Looks like we have a tile entryway, and those look like hardwood floors. Oh, now we're back outside. Here we go. Here's our entry. Lots of character here. We're dealing with 1,951 square feet, so it's nice that we have an entry, but it's not taking up too much of our square footage. So here's our nautical theme powder room. This is the second nautical theme bathroom we've seen in 2 days in a row. We saw one yesterday as well. Utility room. Again, 1,951 square feet. It's nice that we do have a dedicated utility room, but it doesn't look like it's taking up a ton of square footage. Here is, this looks like, almost kind of looks like a loft, but I still think we're on the main floor. Just the office area. Okay, here's our primary bath, dual vanity, very nice. Like the cabinets. Love that the hardwood floors come into the bathroom. You don't see that too often. Normally it's tile. big walk-in closet. Okay, now we're back downstairs, breakfast nook. I really like the floors. It almost looks like engineered hardwood floors. Okay, very clean kitchen. I like the glass tile backsplash up to the cabinets. Looks like quartz countertops. Under the counter mount sink. I like the darker blinds, the wood color blinds. Very clean kitchen. I'm always talking about millwork, and this is a great example of it. It really makes this house feel not so dated, right? Being a 2002 build, we have nice millwork on these columns. You can see the windows are completely wrapped in wood. Gas fireplace. Nice tall windows. I like it when the stairs are kind of a feature of a house, right? Where you can kind of show off the banister. You can imagine your kids walking down, getting ready for prom, all that fun stuff. Okay, we're upstairs. So this is where our 3 bedrooms are going to be. The primary is on the main floor. Ceiling fan. Nice size room. Bedroom number 2. Again, nice windows with millwork all the way around the windows. Bedroom number 3. Very nice. Guest bath upstairs. Again, the hardwood floors in the bathroom, very interesting. All right. I don't think these people like to mow the lawns. Nice big fenced, fully fenced backyard with a nice cedar deck with a hot tub. Kind of interesting raised deck over here in the center. You are on a hill. There's a drone shot. On a foggy, rainy day, Lookout Ridge. And there's our floor plan. All right. Very nice home. So like I said in the beginning, we're going to talk about maybe some negotiation strategies, which we're going to get to in just a second. In Washougal, there are currently 99 homes for sale. Man, this one keeps popping up. We're going to have to do this one this week, this castle-looking house for $2.8 million. The average median list price for Washougal, $874,990. For homes that are pending, the median list price is $793. And then for homes that have sold, that are closed, $786 is the median sold price for Washougal. Okay, so on this home, I put together FHA, 10% down and 20% down to compare. I think this home is a great candidate for FHA. Now, FHA is not a first-time homebuyer specific program, but it is designed to promote home ownership. In this price range, I like it because it allows a higher debt-to-income ratio, doesn't penalize you so heavily on credit score, and only requires 3.5% down. So if you are, a young family trying to get into a 4-bedroom house, you don't have to have $100,000 in the bank or be bringing $100,000 to the closing table. FHA is a great tool for that. If we go back here to our interest rates today, FHA 6.47. So if we look at a payment breakdown, there's our purchase price of $630,000, principal and interest $3,901, Property taxes, again, Washougal, even though you're in the Camas School District, is not bad at $376 a month. Homeowners insurance around $100 a month, depending on which insurance company you choose and what coverages you elect. And then mortgage insurance. So this is the downside to FHA is they do have forced mortgage insurance for the life of the loan, and in this example, it's $277 a month. So it's expensive, but your rate is 0.5% lower than it would be if you were going with a conventional financing. So that gives us a total payment of $46.54. If we compare that to 10% down, we save $325 a month, but our cash to close goes from $22,000 to $63,000. And then if we put 20% down, we save $753 a month, but now we're up to $126. And this is where I think the negotiations come in on this property. I think if you look here, we can come in and ask the seller to pay for our closing costs and our prepaid items for us, so that we are bringing in just our down payment to the closing table in all three examples here. So the $22,050, that's exactly just our down payment. We're asking the sellers to cover all that other cost. So we can get into this home for $22,000 out of pocket. And for a first-time home buyer, somebody trying to come in with as little cash as possible, that $22,000 can come from a loan against your 401k, can come from a gift from a family member. There's a lot of places that money can come from. All right, what do you guys think of house number 1? We're going to take a break and kind of go back to our housekeeping. I forgot to do the White House, and I think that this is really, really valuable information going into the summer buying season. So back in November 2nd, before that's the Camas School Districts is a huge bonus. Being able to live in Washougal and to have the benefits of being in Washougal, but also getting to go to the Camas School District is a huge plus for that house. And we're going to see what that price point gets you in Camas here in just a second. And you're going to see a big difference between Camas and Washougal. So on November 2nd, we priced out a White House. We did a White House special where we had 3 homes that were all identical. They're all one-level white homes, kind of a play on the election. And this one here is $535,000. This home is sold and gone, but we've been using this house as a benchmark to see how interest rates impact our payments and how that payment impacts our borrowing or buying power. So November 2nd, the week before the election, interest rates, this is on FHA, 6.62. A month later, December 7th, after the election, we were down to 6.12, saving us $172 a month. That's equivalent to about $30,000 in borrowing power. Meaning if we go back to Diana's listing here for $630,000, my pre-approval letter could fluctuate that $30,000 just based on what interest rates are doing. And then January 11th, we went back up to 6.55, and this was a very volatile time for interest rates, bringing our savings down to just $24 a month from November 2nd. And you can kind of see how interest rates were pretty volatile. They started to kind of get steady, and then this week we're back up to that 6.47, so we're only saving $52 since the election. So that's how interest rates impact your borrowing power and your payments. So it's something to watch closely. All right, let's go back to our house number 2. This is another home from Diana. And this is an interesting one. We are going to 4209 P Street, Washougal. 2 beds, 2 baths, 2164 square feet. So this is not your need a 4-bedroom family home before school starts again type of house. Built in 1932, sits on 1 acre. Let's see what Diana has to say here. Welcome to your private retreat in the heart of Washougal. This one-of-a-kind property offers the perfect blend of rustic charm and modern comfort, nestled on 2 serene tax lots totaling 1.1 acres of added space and privacy. Tucked away from the hustle and bustle, this home feels like a cabin straight out of Montana without ever leaving Clark County. With 2 spacious bedrooms and 2 full bathrooms, this beautifully crafted residence features warm wood accents, vaulted ceilings, and cozy living spaces designed to bring the outdoors in. Whether you're enjoying morning coffee on the porch or unwinding by the fire, you'll feel at home in every season. Step outside to explore the expansive grounds with a tranquil creek that winds through the trees, creating a peaceful, natural backdrop. The oversized shop, and this shop looks huge, offers ample room for hobbies, projects, or storage, and the additional shed provides even more versatility. Located just minutes from downtown Washougal, you'll enjoy the rare combination of seclusion and convenience. This property is truly a rare gem, ideal for those seeking quiet living, natural beauty, and room to grow. All right. Rose, our resident mascot, is being really restless down here. Let's bring Rose. Here, Rose. Let's bring Rose in to say hi. Here, come here. Rose will join us for a little bit. Say hi, Rose. Rose is the mascot of the My Mortgage Hound, right? Okay, let's look at some pictures. Nobody wants to see me, everyone wants to see you, Rose. There she is. Okay. So we have a bridge on our property. If you've ever wanted to own a bridge, this might be the home for you. Very cool bridge over the little creek. Okay, here's our drone shot. So I think this is our shop here, and this is the house over here. But we got a nice asphalt driveway. That's a lot of blacktop. It is kind of like a park-like setting. There's another bridge over to the house. Did we just lose internet? I think we're buffering. Okay, I think we're back. So this house was built in 1937, I believe, 32 or 37. But lots of character. Look at this wraparound deck. Covered. How cool is that? All right. It's a little office area. Let's go back. Wood burning stove, tile floors, lots of brick. Love the exposed beams. Pictures are a little out of order. Here's bedroom number 1. Bedroom number 2. All right. How cool is this living here? You know, this is going to be one of those homes that 2 dudes become roommates. I really think that that's how this house is going to go. But another wood burning stove. Cool staircase. I mean, it really does feel like a cabin. Got skylights coming in that very tall vaulted ceiling, loft area upstairs. And 2,100 square feet, 2 bedrooms. There's a lot of square footage in this great room. I mean, so much that you could put a pool table like back in here. You could have a pool table in your living room. Okay, so this is on the other side of the staircase. Looks like another bedroom. Cool skylights, ceiling fan. Very cool loft area with a bathroom. Not a home you see every day. Cool creek, fire pit. Outside of the house, floor plan. All right, there's our shop. Looks like a very large shop. Nice new roof. The roof looks like it's in great shape. Chicken coop. RV storage. Big carport and a garage door on the shop. A lot of clutter in here, so it's hard to see, but it looks like a good sized shop. Big workbench. Separate room in here. Very cool. All right. So, on this Washougal home, we're going to look at a temporary buy down. We haven't looked at this in a while. These were really popular last year with rates ticking back up. I thought it was a good time to use this negotiation strategy on this home. So if we were to put 20% down, our purchase price is $849,900, loan amount $679,920, interest rate 6.97. Again, right off of Mortgage News Daily, their national average for 30-year fix as of yesterday, 6.97. If we look at a quick breakdown of our payment, property taxes $334. That's pretty cheap for property taxes for an acre. Principal interest $4509. Homeowners insurance around $100 a month. Total payment $4943. Cash to close $181,671. So what we could do is we can come in here and ask the sellers, let's say we'll give them a full price offer, but we want you to buy down our interest rate using a temporary buy down for the first 2 years. The cost of that in this example is going to be $15,816. So there's the cost, and here's the sellers paying for that, the contributions. They're going to pay for that temporary buy down. And what that buy down is going to do is in year one, the first 12 months we own this house, our interest rate is going to be reduced to 4.97. So for the first 12 payments, we save $872 a month, bringing our payment down to $4,071. Okay. And then in year two, our payment is based off an interest rate that goes up 1%. Or being bought down 1% from the 6.97, we're at 5.97, saving us $446 a month for the second year. And then years 3 through 30, we are locked in at the 6.97, bringing our payment back up to $49.43. So this does a couple of things. This allows you to have some time to get used to a higher payment, especially if you're paying rent now, or you have a payment of $2,200, $2,300 a month. You kind of have an introductory period to get used to that higher payment. This also gives us 24 to 36 months to try to catch a refinance. Now, it's not guaranteed. No refinances are ever guaranteed, so you want to make sure you're comfortable with this payment for the life of the loan. But there is a good chance that we can catch a refinance and maybe get a rate probably around this 5.97 in the next 3 years. And then we may never see this payment. So that is using a temporary buy down strategy. If you have any questions or you want to see this further explained, there's a link in the description. You can schedule a 15-minute call with me to go over this, or you can throw questions in the chat. If you want to see more of these type of strategies, just let me know. We can add them into our live streams and our videos. But I think this temporary buy down strategy is really, really attractive for people. So attractive that if you are selling a house, and we're looking at my friend's house next that is for sale in Camas, you can even preemptively offer this temporary buy down. In your description, you could offer to pay for a temporary 2-1 buy down for any buyers that come in. You can put that on your listing. Make your listing stand out compared to everybody else. Yes, Rose is still here. Say hi, Rose. Okay. We're doing good on time, 8:31. I've got one more house for you guys. A good friend of mine got relocated to Bend, and his house is for sale. So let's take a look. We are going to 1402 Northwest 30th Avenue in Camas. 3 beds, 2 baths, 1564 square feet. Built in 1988. I didn't know that house was built in 1988. It does not feel like it on the inside. 8,700 square foot lot. They listed their house with Angel over at Hadris Realty Company. Let's see what they have to say. Welcome to this light and bright 3-bedroom, 2-bath ranch style beauty nestled in a highly desirable Prune Hill neighborhood. Step inside to soaring vaulted ceilings and open concept layout that feels both spacious and inviting. The heart of the home is an entertainer's dream kitchen featuring stainless steel appliances, a gas range, a generous kitchen island with plenty of storage. French doors in 2 of the bedrooms lead you to unwind in the tranquil backyard oasis, complete with a meditation zen garden, herb garden, and 2 raised garden beds. Don't miss your chance to call this peaceful retreat in prime location your new home. All right, let's look at some pictures. Okay, this is a very nice family-friendly neighborhood. I love the retaining wall here, leveling out that front yard. Nice long driveway. Cool L-shaped house with the garage kind of on the side there. Okay, as we enter the home, we have tile floor throughout the kitchen. And this is a very cool room as far as a great room goes. So you do kind of have a separate family room and living room. But I've been to some dinner parties at this house, and it is a great kitchen for entertaining. So you can see the living space on the side here. They have their TV mounted, so you could be cooking and entertaining during a football game or something like that. I've been over there for a couple football games. It's a great spot for that. Vaulted ceilings, nice big windows, lots of character. They do have a ceiling fan in here. Okay, dining room. So this is on the other side, the back side of that kitchen is their family room here. And that looks like a wood burning stove in that fireplace. Very cool. Okay, back to the bedrooms, utility room. Guest bath. Bedroom number 1. Now the bedrooms are a little bit on the smaller side, but that's, I think, a good thing. We're dealing with 1,564 square feet. You have a living room, family room, and a dining room, all within that 1,500 square feet. So I like that the bedrooms are a little on the small side and that square footage is being used in the main living space. Here's our primary bedroom. French doors out to the deck. Very nice niche in the ceiling. Dual vanity, walk-in shower. Fully tiled. Very nice. Okay, onto the back deck. Very, very cool back deck. There's a little office area that leads out there. Again, this home feels a lot bigger than 1,500 square feet. Okay, so covered back patio. Looks like stamped concrete. Kind of a tiered lawn area. There's our raised garden beds, fully fenced. Very nice. In Camas, there are currently 178 homes for sale. The median list price is $970,000. So we are $340,000 under the median list price for Camas. For homes that are pending, the average median list price is $965,000, and for homes that are sold, $795,000. Just like the first house, I believe that first house was also for $630,000 in Washougal. So for this house, I did very similar financing options. So FHA, interest rate 6.47, 3.5% down. We don't have any negotiations modeled out here, but you can come in and ask the sellers to pay your closing costs for you. I think that's probably what I would do. If we look at a breakdown on our payment, property taxes $408, principal and interest $3901, homeowners insurance again around $100 a month, mortgage insurance $277 on FHA for a total payment of $4686. I did put a VA loan next to it. I do a lot of VA financing for people, but we don't talk about VA mortgages too heavily on the stream, but I wanted to model one out. So you can come in zero down, and we do not have that mortgage insurance. So if we look at them side by side, we're saving $123 a month, and we're bringing in just our closing costs and maybe some points or whatever we're going to buy down. We could ask the sellers to pay that for us as well. We're literally coming in with $0 out of pocket. And then 20% down, you'd be at $3850, and then $143,000 out of pocket. So there you go. 3 homes, school's out, home shopping time has started. Everyone say goodbye to Rose. We'll see you next Saturday. Goodbye, Rose. We'll see you next Saturday back here for another stream. In the meantime, catch my daily home of the day on my YouTube channel. All right, guys. Have a great week. See you next time. Bye.